Planet worship. This might sound like a weird topic, but I was making my cacao this morning and I was thinking about it being Monday, Moon Day. And I was also thinking about my mother, who is in the midst of her transition from the physical world to the spiritual world. And her beliefs around religion, and this is not a dissing of, a condoning of, it's just how we all differ in what we believe, the practices that we have in our lives, and where my mom's concern about me not following the same path as far as my beliefs when it comes to religion and religious practices, hers being very fundamentally Catholic based, and mine being more about the interconnectedness of all of life, and the cosmos and the earth and us. We're all part of each other. There's that, when you bring it down to a chemical level, we have similar elements to the planets and to the stars. So as I was contemplating this morning, I thought about how there are some people who worship the planets, some people who worship God, some people who worship something else. There's all sorts of things that people may really have a strong connection to. And it got me thinking about, okay, Monday, Moon Day. So if you worship the planet of each day, you would be really focused on the moon and maybe worshiping the moon. I love the moon. I love the moon so much that I do cosmic chats with Madeleine Parker every 2 weeks in honor of the new moon and the full moon. We talk about the planetary energies, not just the moon, but how the moon cycles affect women and our menstrual cycles, and the moon affects the tides, and the power of the moon and the beauty of the moon and the feminine nature of the moon. I feel really drawn to and connected to that. But I don't worship the moon. I honor the moon. I recognize the energy that she gives to us, that she emits, and how that energy can affect us because we're all connected. And the same with Sunday. Sunday, you honor the sun. And what happens on Sunday, usually for people, it's the weekend, so maybe there might be something you do that's fun. Maybe it's connected to family. Maybe you're out in the sunshine, whatever that might be. It's how are we recognizing the gifts that these planets bring us in the form of energy and experience. I had a rather challenging emotional weekend recently where there were a lot of planetary energies that were in tension with each other and were creating deep emotional unease, unrest in me and in my outer world. There was conflict and some chaos that was happening around me that was really disorienting and destabilizing. And when I was able to see that there was a cosmic connection to what was happening, and that I was in the driver's seat of my life and I had control over what I allowed to take over, what I allowed to reveal something to me about what was happening in my life that allows me to grow and expand in a way that may be uncomfortable at the time, but then you relax into it a little bit more and you realize that whatever was happening that was creating that feeling was part of a bigger picture plan. So bringing it back to the planets and the energy and the beliefs around them, what if it's the same as, someone that you really look up to, that has inspired you in some way, and that being around them really gives you that fire under your butt to go and do something? What if the planets are just a really massive, like on steroids, just maxed out version of that, of someone that inspires you and lights a fire under you, or somebody that says that thing to you that's a salve for a broken heart, or somebody that creates this feeling in you like, yeah, let's go, that enthusiastic kind of vibe. The planets, I believe, and from my experience, are supportive, but they're not the story creators. They might give a basic theme of a story, but we get to create and write the story. So we are part of that process. And I really just felt so inspired to share that, because I know even with the work that I do, where I'm a big fan of all spiritual sciences, and a number of them connect to astrology, so a lot of them are planetary in nature. But that's not the whole story. It's almost like ice cream. It's ice cream, but then you get to choose the flavor and the toppings. And is it going to be a rocky road, or is it going to be smooth as silk vanilla? How is your life going to turn out? How is it going to flow for you? How are you going to engage with life? The energy, the planetary push that might be nudging you towards something that might be uncomfortable, but really is so what your soul is craving. So, food for thought. Just thought I would leave this here for you because we learn from one another. Ciao for now.